Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm stressed and I'm tired. It's midnight, but I wanted to go ahead and knock this video out just to kind of a quick update for everything that's been going on lately. I know that Tuesday's video was extremely late, a day late for that matter, but I'm going to go into detail on everything because I'm actually rendering it out right now for I think this is the 9th attempt. I'll go into that later, but just to kick everything off, I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the office. I haven't put it back together from where we did the podcast. As you guys can tell, there's a chair with a pillow on it, and all the crap's thrown around in here. But this is obviously something of importance. This is a PC case, and it's actually Hayden's old PC case. Over the weekend, literally directly after Cafe Nocturne, we went and picked up a brand new Corsair case for him. It's a very beautiful case. And he was like, well, I'll take my old one. I was like, okay. And it's an Avatar case. That's all I know about it. It's got some of his stickers on it where it had Cooler Master parts and the Gigabyte motherboard. It's completely gutted. I've got a trash bag here that has all the screws inside of it that we took out from it to uninstall the motherboard and all that stuff. So it's completely set up, ready to go. I just got to get the internal components, a motherboard, a GPU power supply, insert other part here that I need, and we'll have a full-on gaming rig coming very soon. And the reason I'm wanting to do a desktop build is I need something that's modifiable that I can keep up with and keep here at home. The ROG does all right. I've had numerous issues with it, especially in the last few days. But I'm definitely needing something a bit more reliable, a bit stronger, that can play a lot more games and play a lot more games at higher settings. So that's, of course, a big one that has been taking over a lot lately, and will be after the engine project is completed in February. The desktop build will start, and it's been a long time coming, but it's going to be a very slow process. It's not going to be something that's done in a couple months. Of course, I'm going to be saving up for the components. I plan on going balls to the wall with this thing and, putting the time into making something excellent. So that's the first portion of the project out of the way. I'm looking at my mirror right now just to keep track on the laptop here, which is putting in work. I'll go more into detail on that in a moment. But obviously, if you're seeing Cafe Nocturne Vlog 21, I fixed it, and that means that everything's good now. Or I just uploaded this from my phone, and that's completely raw cut. But anyway, moving on from the desktop stuff, we go to the game console stuff, and those projects. I've added another one. Not exactly yet, but I've gotten parts for another project console thing going on. So we've got the Switch, which I actually did receive a part off camera and did make a video on, this Gamecube controller adapter. I actually got my Five Below controller I bought several years ago down there. This guy puts in work. I love it because I don't mind the Joy-Con grip. I think it's a very, very, very good controller. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but I mean, it gets the job done. But I freaking love the GameCube controllers. And like I said, this is my Five Below controller. I paid $5 for this thing, and it's not good at all. There's a lot of play in the joysticks, and it feels like a controller that you probably owned for 20 years, or however long, or not even 20 years, however long the GameCube's been around, about 17 years, I believe. This feels like a controller that you've had for 17 years and all that. But I like the comfort of the GameCube controller a lot more than the Joy-Con grip. Like I said, the Joy-Con grip's fine. It does the job, and it's actually not that uncomfortable to use. But I do really enjoy the GameCube controller a lot more, and I plan on buying a new one because I did order the wrap for the Switch. I ordered it about 2 weeks ago, actually, but it's coming from Australia, so it's having to go through customs. And unfortunately, I didn't pay the extra money to get tracking on it, so I have no idea where it is right now. It's probably stuck in customs somewhere, waiting to get shipped here to the house. So at this point, but I also have the parts for the new project console. And a lot of you guys I know already what I'm going to, especially the guy who is helping supply the project console. But I did receive a shipment in today from eBay. Classic Game Source hooked me up with this. Not for free, obviously. I paid for these full price. But I got some parts from KMD. And now notice on the box, it kind of gives away what is going on, as you can see here. Now, let me explain myself, because you're like, Jordan, you're doing a GameCube themed Switch. you've ordered a wrap for it that is more than likely going to be a GameCube theme. Why are you getting a real GameCube? Obviously to play GameCube games. Now, you're always saying to yourself, if you've been watching for a long time and watched my console tour video several years ago, you guys know we have a GameCube already. We already have a Platinum Edition that sits upstairs. That's a DOL 002 or 003, one of the two, that doesn't have the digital AV out on the side. But I wanted to get my own, as I do plan on moving out here in the next year or two. Obviously, that is my brother's GameCube. He owns that thing. I'm not going to be able to take it with me to wherever I go to, and I want my own GameCube. Now, originally my plan was to order a Spice Orange console, but after reading in on what all I'm going to need to do it, I decided not to. But someone else did, and that was Hayden. Hayden went ahead and just forked over the $35 and ordered a Spice Orange GameCube. No controllers, no cables, no anything. And which is why I've got my own cables, these KMD parts, for a GameCube that he is going to be giving me completely for free. And I'm absolutely just happy at the thought of that, because he knows darn well I love the GameCube. And that whole story goes to when I was a third grader. My very first console experience, besides the PlayStation 2, was on a GameCube. I went to a after-school program at a daycare for, toddlers. And they would welcome all the third graders in. And what they owned was a black GameCube. And they had, all the big titles. They had Super Smash Bros. Melee, which you guys know is a very big game that I play now. And me and Hayden are actually beginning a competitive career on this very soon. We've already signed up through Smash.gg. It's a very popular, or at least to my knowledge, very popular competitive Smash site. It's a very big area where you can find us also. Keep an eye out for some local Georgia tournaments, because you might see me and Hayden there. He's probably got a much higher chance of winning than I do. I've still got a lot of practicing to do, but all in all, we're going to be going to these tournaments, and stuff, and enjoying ourselves. And that's another thing that brought me to the GameCube, was I want my own system to practice on. I've loved Melee. I've played Smash 4 on DS. My brother loaned me the copy he had of it, and it's just clunky and awkward on the 3DS. I haven't played the Wii U version, so I can't really tell you anything about the Wii U version, if it's any better to me or anything. But I guess since I've gotten so used to how Melee plays, that I like Melee more. And that's how a lot of Smash players are. They love Melee the most because of how it plays, for obvious reasons. It's a very, very, very fun game. So obviously, in order to do that, I can either go one of two routes. I can get a GameCube or I can get a Wii. And my room, I don't have enough space to really enjoy myself a Wii. If I got a Wii, yeah, I could play with the GameCube controllers and play Smash Bros. Melee all I wanted. But the problem is that I don't want to buy a console. I'm only going to enjoy a game that was made for the previous generation console. I don't want to buy a Wii, only play Melee on it, not experience Brawl, not experience Wii Sports, which was one I have played on the Wii and I really enjoyed for obvious reasons. It's such a good game. Super Mario Brothers Wii, all that kind of stuff, because I don't have the room to put the sensor bar up. So the Wii is basically out of running for me because I don't have anywhere to put it, for peripheral-wise. A GameCube, however, is very small, very compact, much like the Wii. I can fit it in here, and I don't have to worry about motion controls, so I can literally just hook up a controller and go. And, of course, there's a lot more games I'll play on GameCube than I will on Wii, because, there's Melee, there's Mario Kart Double Dash, Pokemon Coliseum, Star Fox Adventures, I think it's called. I did buy Hayden Star Fox for his birthday, so he's been playing that. Now I've gotten into the series, and I want to get my own copy of Star Fox game. It'll more than likely be the GameCube game. Need for Speed Most Wanted, stuff like that. A lot of games that I could get on PS2 as well, in the case of Need for Speed Most Wanted or something like that. But I'd much rather, own games for a GameCube. I enjoy the controller a lot more than the DualShock controller. And after going to Xbox One and PS4 for so long, I feel like the PS2 and PS3 controllers are extremely cheap. So it's very interesting, but that's coming very soon. Hayden's orange GameCube should be here by the end of the week. I'll be holding on to his black one until he locates his purple one, because Hayden owns a crap ton of GameCubes, apparently. And he's moving soon, unfortunately, but he does have a purple one that he's going to give me. But as a placeholder until he finds the purple one, I'll be holding on to his black one. So, of course, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Like I said, I got these KMD parts ready for it, AV cable and AC adapter ready to go for it once it arrives. So that's kind of that, though. So I'm going to get into what's been going on with the laptop and all that. So this is currently rendering out Caffeine and Noctane Vlog 21. This is the 9th attempt at rendering out the video. I've been having issues with the playback on the Premiere playing the video. I've been having issues getting the playback to work. So what I've been having to do is load the raw footage. Say this is where Premiere's playback is. The raw footage is right here, and I'm watching it, listening for audio cues to go and cut here because the playback isn't working. I'm either getting a black screen or it's looping a few seconds of the video and not where I need to be seeing stuff. And I originally thought it was a Premiere problem, but then I changed out the drivers into a very old driver from like September 10th or something like that. Very, very old driver compared to where we are today. And that one worked. I was able to edit. Now the problem is I got the video was already done at this point when I had already downgraded the drivers, already done all my cuts and all my stuff. But my problem then was rendering it. I was having, video TDR failure, video power state failure driver or whatever. And so after upgrading back to the most recent drivers. After the TDR failure, I went to the most recent driver. That's when I got the power state failure. So I went back down to September 27th drivers, which was the drivers I was using before I started having issues. And it wasn't until that October 4th update I started, this thing crapped on me. And I had issues editing the last Boosted Mafia video because of that. And of course, Caffeine and Noctane Vlog 21 is really taking the heat from it. So I'm currently in that process of rendering this video out for the 9th time. I've been doing this all day. It failed twice when I was at school. It failed a few times. It's failed 3 times, 4 times, however many times since I've gotten home today. It's just been ridiculous. And hopefully this is the last attempt. This is the good drivers. Granted, it's a very long video, so it's putting a lot of strain on my processors. This is a 25-minute video. It's one of the longest Caffeine and Noctane vlogs, if not the longest I've done. It is literally at the same length as the Import Alliance video. So hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is the last issue. This is the last render attempt I have because it's already late. And, not too much longer. I'm going to go to bed and just forget this and hopefully get it done on Wednesday, which is, basically today when I'm filming this one. It's 12:30 at night. But I just wanted to update you guys on everything. Like I said, if you can obviously tell if it's raw or not. Obviously, if it's a raw video, that means this is still ongoing. Which means probably Caffeine and Noctane Vlog 21 isn't up. So hopefully it is up at this point and it's working and all that crap. But if not, this is obviously a raw video. But with all that said, thank you guys again for all the support. The 400 sub special, as soon as this is dealt with, the 400 sub special is going to be underway. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be as long as the Caffeine and Noctane video, but it's still going to be rather good. It's going to be a full montage. It's going to be a full voiceover, which brings me to the last thing I forgot to mention while I was in the office, that you guys probably noticed, is the mic setup. This is actually, I picked this up from Michael. It's a newer NW800. This is his old mic setup. It's currently hanging from my shelf right here. And so I actually have the desk mount for it. I just don't have it hooked up yet. I haven't been in here very much this week, so. But that'll be the main thing that will be behind the 400 sub special. It's going to come out great, hopefully. I've already done the script, and for the most part, I've got all my clips filmed. I just got to film some intro shots, and we'll be done, and we'll be ready to start. So bear with me on that one, guys. That's going to be a good video. I'm taking my time on it. I want it to be great, but with all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. All the support lately has just been outstanding. Hope you guys are excited for the new projects. It'll be the Gamecube, the PC build especially, and of course the Trucks Engine project in a few months. But all that said, guys, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time.